The number of violent crimes in the city of Chicago has been on the rise in recent years. Every day, young men, women, and children are being gunned down and caught in the crosshairs of gunfire. In an effort to counteract the number of rising fatalities in the city, nonviolent initiatives like Ceasefire, the Southside Help Center, and the University of Chicago of Medicine partnered with the filmmakers of the documentary The Interrupters to create a panel discussion for youth of the city focusing on ways in which they can stay safe in their community.
6 of my friends got killed. One of them, my little cousin, and he ain't even get to make it to see 18. He was only 16 years old. My little brother and him were both honor students at Urban Prep, all boys school. So it's like, it's hard, and they wasn't even on gangbang. They were just some kids who like to play basketball and dance, what kids like to do. I wish things could be different, but it's like that.
Dr. Miller spoke about her involvement with other nonviolent initiatives like Community Grand Rounds and Ceasefire, and how the conversations held with other community members and leaders led to the panel discussion and movie screening. Her hopes are to educate the youth that are present at the discussion, giving them information and other tools that will help them counteract the violence in their city and on the street.
One of the most important takeaway messages today, both from the documentary that we're going to see on the Interrupters and also the discussion that we'll have afterwards, is to think about ways in which young people can stay safe in their neighborhoods, and to understand that the young people who are being portrayed in the documentary were young people in the community just like them, and they have gone through some very difficult times, many of whom have gone to prison, some of whom have been shot. The opportunity for them to tell their stories in a real and personal way can provide guidance for young people in our communities to know that there is another way to be, in spite of growing up in circumstances that are sometimes pretty distressed in our communities. And so the movie, I think, and also our discussions for the movie, can talk about, we know where you are, we've been there, we took a different path, and we've been able to get our lives back on track, but we don't want you to have the same path that we have. And so look at us as your elders, learn and draw from our experiences, and take a different path in your life, and not one of violence.
Violence interrupter Amina Matthews spoke about her work with Ceasefire and the message behind the movement. Matthews also discussed her personal story about her former gang involvement and how her work today as an interrupter has changed her life and the lives of so many others.
It means a lot to them, and it means a lot to me to be there on a regular secondly basis. I wouldn't have it any other way. If I get hurt out there on 63rd Street, 119th, or I-94 driving, I'm working on my dash from the time that I was born, dash. So I would hope that dash be kind of thick, and that I can have some brothers and sisters to say that, you know what, it's because of Amina that I decided to put the gun down and decide to go to college, or I decided to go to work, or I decided to take care of my family.